This time, our group will presenting our presentation about tips for beginner digital artists that actually works. Our group consists of Ali Sinatra, Amri Hanif, Eva Sabrina, and me, Nathaniel Valen. Digital art refers to art made using software, computers, or other electronic devices such as animation, photographs, videos, illustration, or digital paintings. Nowadays, science and technology developing rapidly, and things in daily life starting to change from offline to online because the effect of pandemic and social distancing. And art is no exception. In fact, digital art was already popular even before pandemic happened. There are some reasons why people prefer the digital art over the traditional art, such as the cost, ease of access, and the community itself. For example, Fiverr application will let us buy or sell our service to create digital art without being met face to face, unlike the traditional art. Because of that, many people starting to be interested to learn more about the digital art. But for some people, may feel difficult adapting to digital media. So in this video, we are including some tips that may help you becoming a digital artist. Hardware. The first thing you need to consider about the hardware is choosing between laptop or tablet. There is another option like PC desktop, but we personally do not recommend PC desktop for beginners because of its complexity of the components. If you are searching for portability use, larger battery life, and Google Service support like Google Classroom, Google Drive, or Google Mail, then go for a tablet. If you need higher device performance or some application support that's only available on Windows, for example, Adobe Premiere, then go for a convertible laptop. To create a digital art, you may need a good display panel. You need high screen resolution and wide color gamut for the panel. Higher screen resolution means higher image quality, and better color gamut give you more option and accuracy in terms of color. The last part of hardware you need to consider is stylus. The main part of stylus are the sensitivity, latency, and the shortcuts. Sensitivity of the stylus determines how much pressure you need to put in order to create a borderline. About the stylus, as you can see in the video, the right stylus has a delay when creating a line. This means that the right stylus has higher latency than the left one, which may resulting to an uncomfortable experience when drawing. So if that was the case, keep in mind that you might need a low latency stylus. And about the shortcuts, you need to remember that the stylus shortcuts may come in handy when drawing or even editing. For example, the undo button or the erase button. Software. In software, the first thing you might notice is the OS or operating system. There are various OS in the market, for example Android, iOS, macOS, Windows, or even Linux. OS determines which application that available for digital art use. For example, Adobe Premiere only available on Windows, but Speed or PenUp only available on Android or iOS. You need to consider the application features, user interface, price, or even the application community before buying the application or choosing the software.
Tips number 3. Learn more about features and shortcuts. It doesn't matter what tools and drawing app you use. If you don't learn its features, then the result will not be good because you cannot properly run the system or use the advantage the features offer. People get impatient very easily and just want to dive straight without learning the features. In fact, you can easily learn about these tools and app features either from the app's user guide or you can find tutorials on the internet. For those of you who want to use GIMP, one of the good applications for drawing in my opinion, you have to work harder to use it because it has a lot of features and it's quite difficult to use. After you feel familiar, you can sort out what features you will usually use and create shortcuts for using these features to make it easier for you to develop your habituation to these features. About these shortcut keys, you can see it in the settings on the application. The most important thing is what you need and what makes you comfortable while studying it. Tips number 4. Choose your brushes. There are hundreds of various kinds of brushes that one drawing app can offer. And every one of them also has the settings to adjust their opacity, roughness, stability, and many more. Different brushes can produce a difference in texture and feel. For the beginner, you might have to copy some brushes from artists who have similar styles and drawing techniques with you. You can also experiment yourself by trying all the available brushes. Make sure that you use a brush that is comfortable and suits you for better development.
Tips number 5. Start with limited color plate. One app can provide almost unlimited colors. There are probably 1,000 kind of red, 1,000 kind of yellow, and so on. A beginner usually has a hard time to choose what kind of color they want to use. And in the end, they ended up jumbled up by various kind of colors. To solve this, however, is actually very easy. You may want to copy the color plate from the artist that has a similar style like you, or the artist that you like. Or you can simply take a picture from your traditional art and use a feature called eyedropper that instantly copies the color from your photo. But we wouldn't recommend it because the color tone may change slightly. If neither of these help you, you can go to the internet and search for color generator. They will help you by combining many colors. One more tip is to use only a limited color palette at one time. For example, you want to start your digital art adventure by using only a solid and bold colors group, or you want to use only soft and light colors group. Just make sure you focus on one thing at one time so you won't get confused. Tips number 6. Layering. One of the most advantageous side of digital art is that you can edit your layer. So what is a layer? Basically, just like its name, it is like stacked sheets of transparent paper. Digital artists overlap layers to either divide one text from another text so they can work in one layer without disturbing the text on another layer, or to give depth to their illustration by layering darker color to lighter color. Layering can also do you a pretty good job if you know how to do the trick. For example, you want to outline your sketch. Simply just add one new layer. Start your outline, and then when you're done, you can just delete the sketch layer, and voila, you get the nice and clean outline for just 1 second. While in the traditional, you have to painstakingly erase every scratch. Layering can also prevent you from do errors in your drawing. If you don't have the confidence to add something to your drawing, you can just add one new layer. Start with it, and if it ended up good, then good job. But if it's ended up horrible, you can just delete the layer and they're gone. Some artists can actually use 7 to 8 layers for character eyes alone. So just explore as much as you can and use it.
Point of number 7. Start and do from the easy one. If you are a learner or a beginner, it's important to you to find your first step. You can start or you can find your first step with the simple example, because it's not really hard to do and it will give you an experience that make you excited to do it again and again. Well, as the consequence, your experience and your ability will get better. And for the example, you can start to draw a circle, an oval, and then you can draw something that complicated just like carrot and something else just like that. And then point number 8, do it diligently. Here's some tips to do. Do not stop if you are not finished the process. Do not stop in the middle, or do not stop even if you are not started. You should trust, you should believe, you should faith yourself that you can do it. And if you can do something in your process, you just make yourself keep in humble, because if you are humble and then you do it frequently, diligently, something that you think hard, you can do it. You can do it easily, just like that. Thank you.